Hi. Today I wanted to share with you the this importance of being a fox, not just being a lion. So you have to be really like the both. So lion represents like courage. You have to have the courage and then the strength. Um, it's not just like a physical strength, right? Like for instance, like having resources. Uh, and then when something opportunity comes, uh, take on the calculated risk. Those are the essence of being a lion. You can stand up for yourself. Say no to something that uh, too easy or too good to be true. Say yes to something that even though you are a little concerned, like scared, but then the great opportunities is beyond that comfort. So you have to have that courage. But then that's just not enough. A lot of times like people with courage just go forward and it disappears because um, they underestimate the problems, the depth of problems. They haven't really planned ahead. They didn't strategize, and they're like, okay, like just do it, and then get frustrated, spend all the resources, and then just not going anywhere. Like you haven't really learned the lessons because you will just keep going and going. So being a fox is what? It is to think in the long term. Means it's like you set the goal, right? Like let's say, and then generally speaking, if your goal is like fairly like let's say big goals, like if the goal is like let's say a few months, that's not really enough. Sort of like clever, like fox like idea. Fox have to really think in a few years, like years ahead. And what you do is this, like you actually creates so going backwards. I mean, there is a lot of actually people talking about this, but there's a lot of subtlety to it. So the future you get, your idea is very big, okay, and then you have to actually adapt and then change and all that jazz, because nobody has that kind of like a 2020 vision to future, okay, and in the long future, never know. But then there's some sort of like some kind of idea, okay, and then you want to go for it, whatever. Like you want to be such, or you want to do such, whatever, right? Just think of how you're gonna get there. And this is an important thing. How you're gonna get there cannot be just okay. I will do this, and then it's gonna happen like this. That's not a strategy. Strategy is really have first. You got to think of the different direction. Okay, if I take this kind of step, and then X, Y, Z happens, and then of course like the later it gets, it's pretty ambiguous. And then if you do this, it's gonna. And if you don't do any of these, then you might get to that direction. Or like let's say if you pursue this goal, what are you gonna sacrifice it? That's not worth it. Or should I, should I be more balanced? Because you cannot really humanly possible to focus every day for like all day to do just the one thing. It's just not possible. Like a lot of people say, okay, oh, you know what, like I'm working like all day, whatever. But then they generally do something different, or they have a few projects, or within the project there's a different things to occupy their mind. But then three to 4 hours, I would say. Like if you can do something, the focused task, and that'll be the daily goal. But being a fox is to be knowing that the world would not just give it to you, like whatever you want. You have to get it with your strategy. I'm not talking about the deceiving other people, okay? But the more so, like you have to. It's like making a cake. You gotta collect ingredients, what kind of heat you have to put in, what you mix with, like orders and stuff. Those are the strategies, and what to watch out for. You don't want to overcook it, or you want to make sure that the things are clean. Like this is analogy, but just making sure that your things are all strategized. And also, and another important thing is this: like in this world, what's probably the most important things like affecting your future is a relationship with other people. So you have to actually strategize your relationship. And I'm not saying to anything that to take advantage of other people. It's just you have to know who you're dealing with, and how good both relationships are going to be beneficial to each other, right? What you can contribute and what they might be able to. I mean, in a sense, just giving itself actually do a lot better for your psyche. So I was just if you can help somebody, that's another strategy. Kind of gives you a boost of a perspective and a sense of self-worth. But then you have to watch out people who waste your time. Put you out of like sense of undermine your focus towards your goals, like distractions. So, and then I've been talking to this type of things like scams and all this like pitfalls and whatnot. But it's there. So you always have to have a margin of safety. And you have to have a resource to withstand when something happens. And or have the skills and ability to prepare when the time arrives. These are all essence of being a fox. And when there is somebody say, okay, there is a one way to do it, and then this is how we do it, you ask why. If you can do better, do that better. Doesn't matter, no matter how, somebody's doing it for a year or years. Somebody thinks this is the golden rule. If you know it's better, you gotta find it. That's the fox way. So, but then if you have that being a fox and then the lion, these two duality, so to speak. Because fox is not really having that, in a sense, have a power, but then have the power of a lion, have the smartness of fox. You will be unstoppable, and your life is going to be a lot better.